Hey everybody, you're watching Connected Digital World. My name is Stephan Frost. I'm here to represent WildStar, a brand new MMO coming out June 3rd, 2014. Stay tuned, it's freaking awesome. Get some.
So, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Sure. My name is Stephan Frost. I'm the design producer at Carbine Studios working on the game WildStar, which will be out June 3rd, 2014.
Excellent. So, for those who don't know anything about WildStar, do you want to give us a little bit of an overview?
Sure. So WildStar effectively is a action combat MMO that probably is one of the most feature-complete MMOs to come out in probably the past 10 years. We spent a lot of time working on housing. We have a really robust housing system that really ties into the game as a whole. It's not just decorating something and looking nice. It's like the more stuff you have in your house, the more rest XP you get, which helps you level faster. We have massive dungeons that are huge, have these crazy telegraph attacks that are really quite hardcore and fun. We have a lot of movement in our game. We have double jumping, sprinting, dodging. We have paths, which are these gameplay styles that you prefer. If you want to do something that's more killing, we've got the soldier path for you, and we have the explorer if you like to go to all corners of the map and uncover every weird little nook and cranny. We've got that for you. We've got war plots, which is basically a customizable death fortress that 40 of your buddies will take on against another 40 people. And we've got raids, which is 20 or 40 person dungeons. I mean, we've got just the gamut of everything, and I think our combat system tying within all that really makes us kind of stand out from the rest of the MMO competition we've got.
Excellent. Before we delve into some of those in more detail, you're also the voice of DevSpeak.
I am.
What's that like?
It's interesting. So we started DevSpeak. This was something that really wasn't a marketing initiative. It was more of a, we were kind of internally saying, like, there's a lot of stuff in this game that we really love, and we think that people should know about, and not really come from like a marketing perspective, but come from a dev perspective. And so we wrote up one of them, and we just kind of did it on the side, and the guys hit me up because they're like, hey, Frost, you make funny voices, you should do this. I was like, okay. So we read through it, worked out pretty well, we liked it, we showed it to marketing and everybody else, and they were like, we love this, you should make more of these. So we just started recording everything that we thought was awesome, and it's less trying to sell the game and more trying to inform people of why this is awesome and why you should play it. So it was pretty cool, and so I usually get involved, and they have it's Max and Seth that basically write this stuff, and then they'll come to me and be like, okay, Frost, read this stuff, and I'll be like, hey, can I put the word dick in here? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then that's pretty much how we do the DevSpeak thing. So it's a fun process. I love doing it, and it's been great.
I know a lot of people really enjoy watching them, myself included. So once the game ships, is that it for DevSpeak, or are we going to see more?
Definitely not. Yeah, when the cool thing about our post-launch plans is, we're going to have an extensive amount of content that's going to come out month after month. So the first month, you're going to see a new zone right out the gate. So that's 28 days later, you'll see that. You'll see a bunch of other stuff as well. And moving forward, you'll see things like dungeons or raids or PvP, battlegrounds or arenas. There's just going to be lots of stuff that we're putting in, and that's just part of your subscription. That's not extra. It's not anything you have to pay for. We just want to keep people around. So those dev speaks will probably speak to, every couple of months we'll say, this is a really cool patch because we have these things. I don't think it'll be month to month, but it'll probably be, every 3 months or something like that.
Okay. So a lot of people, we sort of play in the game, in usual words, hardcore, and we'll hit the level cap pretty quickly. What are you going to do to keep these guys sort of interested and around?
Just to make this clear, we are under no delusion that people will get to level cap in, a day, 2 days, 3 days, something like that. To your point, we need to make content that keeps people playing for a long period of time. So dungeons, battlegrounds, raids, all these sorts of things need to be really difficult for the hardcore. But then we also have to have things for people that are not as hardcore, like PvE content. We have these things called PCPs, which is not the drug, but it's a pocket cat play space is what we call it internally. And we really haven't talked much about this, but I can say that it's kind of like a bunch of public events that you can do that are just at level 50. And these exist in the world in certain areas. In Malgrave, for example, there's a PCP there. And you can fight against another faction to try to complete these public events before they do, and you get more rewards for that. So we have those in instances as well. So there's continuations of starter areas like Northern Wilds or Crimson Isle, where you get to do these public events and mixed in with some daily quests and other things for people that are just kind of into questing or PvE content. So there's lots of stuff that we're kind of focusing on right now, and the way to lose a lot of people is to not keep them entertained, and so that's kind of our goal.
Okay, that's great. So people have been playing the game in various beta stages now for quite a while. How much feedback have you got that's involved you changing elements in the game?
We've changed a ton. I mean, since last we spoke, there was a point where we went into beta, and we collected a lot of detail and information from people, both in forums and on video posts, and basically anywhere that we can get information from people, metrics, things that we see in data in the game itself. And we went dark for a while. Actually, we took the beta offline, made a lot of changes, and reacted to what people were saying. And when we came back up, there were a lot of people that were really happy about the changes we made. Things like quest bars basically now. So when you kill things, you earn XP, and instead of just, I killed my 1 or 2 or whatever out of 10. So if you kill in an area, let's say I'm questing, there's a big badass mob and it's difficult, but I kill it, I'm gonna basically either fill up my XP bar or get half of my XP bar for the quest. So that kind of rewards the players that really want to do the harder stuff, because they'll move on faster. And if you're not that type of person that wants to fight these big mobs, you can go like, just kill the little mobs and take my time and fill up that bar slowly. So there's things like that. We just recently put in our new UI, so we have our UI 2.0. That was a big thing that we had to work a lot of nights and days on, because it was expansive across a lot of different systems. So that's going across really well, I think. And I mean, there's countless things that we've done, both in animations as well. A lot of people were saying that the medic animations seemed like they were a bit lacking, and so we went in there, added that stuff. The power strike on the warrior now, it used to be he just went like this, and now it's like he jumps up in the air and does like flips, and it's just crazy. So we've listened to a lot of what people have had to say, and so far I think the mantra of the devs are listening has been something that we've been trying to live up to.
Excellent. So you mentioned the new UI. Can you tell us much more about it at the moment?
Sure. So it's in beta now. So if you pre-order the game, you can get into playing the beta weekend this weekend, or any beta weekend coming forward. It's a lot smaller. It used to be, it would take up like a good probably 5th or 6th of your screen. Now it's a lot smaller. You can kind of it's more sci-fi looking. Before it was just kind of like, this is an average UI. Now we've kind of unified it into a WildStar kind of blue around everything. But it's also got different meters for different classes. The warrior UI, for example, when you start hitting more things, there's a little skull that starts becoming more red and more on fire. And when you use your innate, it just lights up on fire. It's great. And so it becomes a lot more interesting. I think it's more visually appealing. And we moved the camera a little bit too. So it used to be that your UI would be here and your character would be about here. And now the UI is about here, character's up a little bit more, and it just feels so much more open. And people so far have been, very, very positive about the results.
Great. So you mentioned obviously the game's out on the 3rd of June.
Yes.
There's also pre-order at the moment. So what do you get if you pre-order the game other than beta access?
So lots of stuff. So beta access, you also get a 3-day head start. You also get a rocket house. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Instead of having just a regular house, you have a giant rocket ship that you can decorate the inside and outside with. We have visual costumes that you can put on. Like there's an Elden set, there's hoverboard customization options, which is another Elden set of things. Also, you get things while you're in beta before the game launches. So there are costume pieces that we will not give out unless you have played beta. So you'll see people running around in those costume sets right now, but post-launch we will not offer those again. So there's a ton of stuff. it's, I think, a pretty good deal just for pre-ordering the game. You get a ton of stuff, a head start, you're playing beta access weekend, so yeah, we really kind of went to town on that stuff.
And how are you guys planning on doing the costing for the game? Is it going to be a one-off charge, a monthly charge? What are you guys thinking?
So our business model for the game is going to be a box price, which is $60 US, and then a subscription of $15 a month. And you get the first month free. We also have something that, using Cred, which is a system that's very similar to Plex from Eve, where you can earn in-game currency and then spend that in-game currency on your subscription. So if I'm coming into the game, let's say I don't play the game much, but I like the game, and I have some extra cash, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to buy some Cred and put that on the auction house. And somebody can buy that Cred, and what that Cred turns into is my monthly subscription. Now, as the person who bought the Cred and put it on the auction house, I get all that money from it, and I can spend it on, maybe I wanted to get a cool new mount, or I wanted to get new housing customization options, or buy armor, or buy whatever I can. Now I don't have to go out and earn all that cash. But at the same time, the hardcore player who's been playing, nonstop 24/7, now can basically spend all that excess money that they have and still pay for their subscription without really having to pay for it.
Okay, that's cool. What's your favorite character?
This is a very difficult question. So I'm totally Dominion. Obviously, because there's a giant 9-foot-tall metal robot assassin. It's pretty bad. The Makari are pretty cool, but it's a toss-up between the Makari and the Draken for me. I think I'd lean more towards a Draken Warrior or a Draken Stalker when we go live, but I'm huge into metal music, so a dragon-looking like race with horns and stuff that's sticking out, of course, I'm probably going to go that route.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be at this point.
And have you guys got any plans to release nice fluffy toys of those said characters?
Of those characters, not as of yet. We just did the roused hours, which are the little sheep things that I always blow up in the dev speaks. We sold those at PAX East. They sold pretty good, and we're kind of debating on if we're going to sell them, online or something like that. But yeah, there's no plans as of yet to do plushies or statues or figures of any WildStar stuff just yet. But if the game's a super runaway success, I'm sure definitely we would do that.
Excellent. So just remind everyone where they can find out information on WildStar.
So to find out any information on WildStar, you can go to wildstar-online.com. Go check out our great website. We have you can find us on Twitter at WildStar or at Carbine_Studios to find out info there. We're on Facebook. We're all over the place. I mean, basically just Google WildStar and you'll find loads of information about us.
Thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
To take on my unstoppable legions, pre-order WildStar now. And, as always, reach out to us. The devs are listening.
Hey everybody, right now I think you need to do yourself a favor. Like, comment, and subscribe this channel. This is the Dev Speak voice speaking right now. It's really not quite different from my normal voice, but damn it, man or woman, please subscribe.